Alexandra Eala. The fans that she had today were people that she won over with her tennis and her performance.
Centre court on Saturday afternoon carried the unmistakable scent of freshly cut grass and the feeling that something unbelievable was about to happen. More than 10,000 fans had packed the stands expecting another dominant performance from the defending champion. Instead, just 99 minutes later, they rose to their feet to celebrate a fearless 21-year-old from Cuisance City who had turned the script upside down. Alexandra Eala had just forced Iga Swiatek to leave centre court stunned, collecting her towel and walking away from a stage she had been expected to own. Meanwhile, on the opposite side of the All-England club, Aryna Sabalenka wrapped up her third-round match on court 1, still sitting comfortably as the world number 1. But by the time she made it back to the locker room, the biggest story in tennis no longer belonged to her. Over the next 24 hours, the spotlight shifted completely, and what began as a routine day quickly became one of the most dramatic turning points of the tournament. To understand why this upset sent shockwaves through Wimbledon, you have to look at where Alexandra Eala started. Entering the 2026 championships, she owned just a single victory in Grand Slam main draw competition, with 5 defeats to her name. That meant her stunning triumph on July 4 wasn't simply another upset, it was the biggest win of her career and a historic milestone for Philippine tennis. What made the performance even more remarkable was the weapon that carried her to victory. For years, analysts had pointed to Eala's second serve as the weakest part of her game, the shot opponents were expected to attack. But on this unforgettable Saturday, the very stroke that critics questioned became one of her greatest strengths, helping bring an incredible title defense to an unexpected end. If you enjoy discovering the biggest tennis stories before everyone else catches on, you're in the right place. Subscribe and stay with us as we break down the moments that changed the sport. As for Aryna Sabalenka, this tournament was supposed to be her moment. Wimbledon remained the only Grand Slam missing from her collection. After reaching 3 previous semifinals without lifting the trophy, the 2026 edition was expected to be the year she finally completed the puzzle. Instead, the entire conversation changed overnight.
Just want to quit tennis right now, but we'll see in a few days. Hopefully I'll get back on track.
She didn't arrive in London carrying nothing but confidence. Just 1 week before Wimbledon began, Aryna Sabalenka opened up in an unusually honest interview, admitting she understood why some fans viewed her as a controversial figure. She even described her Roland Garros final defeat as the most painful championship match of her career. Before a single ball had been struck on the grass, the world number 1 was already battling the pressure that comes with living under the spotlight. Then everything changed. On the very afternoon Sabalenka was taking care of business on court 1, Alexandra Eala was writing the tournament's biggest headline on centre court. While one favourite quietly advanced, another story exploded across the tennis world. The scoreline only hinted at how extraordinary the performance was. Eala edged an unforgettable opening set tiebreak after saving multiple set points before taking complete control of the second set. After nearly 2 hours of fearless tennis, she sealed the victory with a clean forehand winner that sent the crowd into celebration. This wasn't simply a case of a champion having an off day. It was a young player refusing to blink on the sport's biggest stage, matching one of the game's elite competitors shot for shot before delivering the biggest victory of her career. The statistics backed it up. She finished with an aggressive winner count, converted the majority of her breakpoint opportunities, and repeatedly escaped pressure when it mattered most. But the most surprising number came from a part of her game critics had questioned for years: her second serve. For seasons, analysts had labeled it the weakest area of her game, yet on the biggest stage of her career, it became one of her greatest weapons. Instead of breaking down under pressure, it kept disrupting her opponent's rhythm and helped turn a supposed weakness into a match-winning advantage. Then came the interview that captured the hearts of millions. Holding back tears, Eala reflected on her journey. She explained that while players who have already won multiple Grand Slam titles might view reaching another milestone differently, for a girl who grew up in the Philippines dreaming of moments like this, everything she had achieved meant the world. She painted a picture of practicing every afternoon with her brother and grandfather after school, wearing ruffled socks, flashing light-up shoes, and believing that one day those dreams could become reality. In less than a minute, She reminded the tennis world that behind every breakthrough is a childhood built on hope, sacrifice, and countless unseen hours of work. The emotional speech spread across social media almost instantly, introducing millions of new fans to her story and transforming one remarkable victory into one of the defining moments of the tournament. While those clips continued racing around the internet, the conversation surrounding Wimbledon shifted. Suddenly, it wasn't only about established champions chasing another title. It was about the fearless newcomer who had captured the imagination of fans around the world. For supporters in the Philippines, the moment felt especially meaningful. Many had followed Eala's journey long before the international spotlight arrived. They had watched her rise through the junior ranks, celebrated every breakthrough, and believed her biggest moment was only a matter of time. Now the rest of the tennis world was finally paying attention. Perhaps the strongest endorsement of Eala's performance came from the player standing on the opposite side of the net. During her post-match press conference, her opponent acknowledged just how uncomfortable Eala's game had been to face, even pointing out that the pace and variation on her second serve made it surprisingly difficult to attack. It was an ironic twist. The shot many believed limited Eala's ceiling had become one of the biggest reasons she earned the victory. When reporters later mentioned those comments to Eala, her response was calm and confident. "I did my job well. No celebration." No bold predictions, just quiet belief from someone who trusted the work she had been putting in long before the headlines arrived. Stepping back, the story became even bigger than one tournament. Women's tennis has been searching for its next generation of global stars, and breakthrough moments like these have the power to change careers overnight. Eala suddenly found herself representing not only her own ambitions, but also a growing tennis audience eager to see new faces challenge the sport's established order. The weeks ahead would reveal whether this was the beginning of something even greater. One thing was already clear. This success hadn't appeared out of nowhere. Only days before Wimbledon, she had experienced the heartbreak of losing a grass-court final after coming painfully close to the title. Instead of dwelling on disappointment, she thanked her team, returned to work, and carried those lessons into the biggest tournament of the season. That resilience defined her entire campaign. She answered setbacks with improvement, pressure with composure, and doubt with belief. Maybe that's why her story connected with so many people. It wasn't only about winning matches. It was about refusing to let difficult moments become the final chapter. A young girl practicing after school in ruffled socks and light-up shoes had grown into a player capable of standing under the brightest lights in tennis without fear. Whether Wimbledon ended with a trophy or not, one thing had already changed. Alexandra Eala was no longer simply a promising talent. She had become one of the biggest stories in the sport. Now the question belongs to the fans. Can Eala keep this incredible run alive, or is another contender ready to take control of the tournament? Share your prediction in the comments, and if you enjoy in-depth tennis stories that go beyond the headlines, subscribe and join us. We'll continue breaking down every major match, every unforgettable press conference, and every turning point as this incredible journey unfolds.